Okay, so we've got a couple options for what we can do. We can either jump right into the newest stuff within the game, or I can show you the neat new stuff.
I think neat new stuff so I can refresh my brain about like...
I actually rewound a little bit to before we got to the big scene that was new, because the big scene that's new came right off of a really intense scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it also introduces a character that we've seen before, and that is going to take a little bit of mental adjustment for.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. You guys want to see the new stuff first? There's two new stuff. There's the quality of life changes that they've done, and then the really new thing.
Maybe we run story and then see... So are you saying like there's little like details they've added and then there's the new story bits?
So not new details, just more like they've upped like the art on there. They've added in things like transitions. There are pauses and dialogue now.
Gotcha.
Like here, I'll show you that first, because when I saw that, like, I know it's not big or really that important, but it made me go like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like just
Thanks,
just
I love
enough of just enough of the difference that it makes it a much better quality.
Yeah, like, see that? Run.
Oh, because it's R-U-N.
Yeah, it slowly introduced it.
Sure is.
And it has like the transitions now, so it's not like the little quick like switching over or anything. And like, see, a pause in the middle. It wasn't the full text.
Huh.
Oh, was it?
Oh,
yeah.
That has never been done before.
I mean, it's obviously been done before. But I so love it in this because like it shows me, at least for like the Echo Project team, they're getting really good at like figuring out how they want to present it and everything now.
Yeah.
Also, don't they use like a RPG Maker style thing?
It's Rempe,
Yeah.
which I've done before, and like that's the other reason why I'm like excited about this, because it means now I can go through their code and go like, how do I do it?
Teach me your ways.
Oh yeah, and then yeah, we got that, and
Such an intense intro.
yep, and the music kicks in when it finally mentions the spiked drink. I didn't ever really, I don't think I fully noticed that before, but like this time when I was going through, I was like, that's super neat that the music only kicks in once it says that his drink was spiked.
Ah. Yeah, that is a nice touch.
Either way, let me go ahead and now skip forward, because I want to show off like, the little improvements on other stuff. Or, oh wait, yeah, here we go. So, that's the other thing with this, is some dialogue can't be skipped because it's the new one that has the pauses like that, see? But now, when it mattered most, he couldn't do it. Like they added the pauses in the text. Yeah, just click through. Actually, hold on, let me rewind that one a bit. Okay. Alright, here we go. I just enjoyed that like little side swipe transition.
Oh, nice.
That's what I mean by like the little quality of life improvements on there. Like it just looks so neat and polished now.
Yeah.
And like look at that, the slow I need to go. Like that's gonna make like when we actually voice act this like with the group online so easy for them to like go and see like how should their lines be read.
Yep.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I just love that like little touch. And yeah, childish, high-pitched laugh. Not a character we know. Definitely not.
No.
Dude, hate that dude.
Yeah.
What? He's just... Oh, fuck. Get out of the way. Don't put that right next to the skip button.
Well, you don't want to go on Outlook?
No.
Come on, it's the newest web browser.
Windows Store.
Yeah, Windows Store.
Look, I'm waiting until I get to Windows 13.
Oh, jeez.
I heard that was a bad update.
The Windows 11, I think, is right now.
Mm,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
I
Windows
heard it was
11,
a
I've not
really
heard
bad
anything
update.
good so far.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Windows generally needs to take like a year to work out their kinks.
Mm-hmm.
And that is good. Like XP got a bunch of shit and it's actually a really Good operating system.
Yeah.
XP now.
XP.
Not 7, not 8, not 10.
XP.
Seven was a decent one. 8 didn't need to exist. 10 is okay.
Mm-hmm.
XP was actually pretty good.
But it got a lot of crap when it first came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and yeah, our lab has kept some XP and stuff for a long time.
Wasn't it like 8 or something was one of the good
Right.
ones?
Even like whenever we were like supposed to switch over.
Alright, so see this new transition. I enjoy this transition as well. Like, look at that.
Ah,
And look at the background art. It looks like more polished compared to what I remember, at least. Maybe it is the same, but it looks so polished right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a nice subtle change. I like that.
Yeah. So that was the small little quality of life stuff that I wanted to show. I'm gonna go back to the main menu now.
Speaking of operating systems, I'm pretty sure the system that I used to clock in my hours at my lifeguarding job ran Windows 95.
Hey man, that was
the
a
operating
Just never
system.
upgraded.
I just love
that
that,
was
though.
a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that was the greatest operating system ever,
Can I
though.
point out, though, the funniest thing about it operating 95 for you, Seb,
Mhm.
is that's literally the year you were born.
No, that's
No,
before
no,
I
it
was
you
born.
before you were born. I was wrong. Yeah, you're 99, right?
Yeah. I was like,
You're like,
why is it running 95? Why can't you upgrade it? It just doesn't work on newer software. I'm like, you could probably make it work though.
Yeah. Or find a new program.
oh, yeah.
Dude, Windows 95 was a good program. It was a good system, though.
Alright. So you guys ready for me to show you the new thing?
Do the what?
Yeah.
The new thing.
Yes, I'm excited for the new thing.
Alright.
The new.
So, just to remind you, actually, I'm gonna blow my nose first because the new thing's gonna have me talk a bit, and I need to. It'll also have you talk a lot, Hannah.
Yeah,
Be
that
prepared.
makes sense.
Actually, I'll use real tissues.
What? That's forbidden.
Real tissues? What are those?
Anyone want these?
I don't need it for some real tissues now.
I think I'm okay for the moment.
Good.
Okay.
Kim was asking about like different things to be
I can be civilized, not a beast.
I don't
like.
understand.
I use real tissues.
Like a real
TP's good enough.
person. Alright. So, you guys remember how in like Echo, you can click on the lake and you get to like select like a chapter and the music and all that.
Mhm.
Well, what would we click on if we wanted to do something like that here?
Is there an arch somewhere?
Cactus.
I mean, yes,
Well,
the
the-
cactus. You're so right. It's the cactus. No.
So wait, are you
The
talking
mountain,
about
the back of it,
the,
the mountain
the
is in-
arches as part of the? Are you talking about the
An
arches
arch?
up there?
No.
I thought for
We're
sure it'd be
going
the
to
mountain.
a
Maybe it's
couple
just a couple.
Characters?
Well, here I can click on Dev. Nothing.
Cam? There we go.
It's Cam. Okay.
Because it's not a menu select. It's a short story about Cam.
Oh, is it really?
Oh.
Oh, Cam.
Oh. So is these?
I'm trying to remember. I read through this very quickly. I can't remember if this is just Cam's thoughts or if this is the narrator. I think this might be the narrator.
Okay. They can't touch you. They can't hurt you. At least, not in the physical way. Mentally, it's a different story, which makes sense because all of this is mental.
Oh, it is Cam. Okay. I forgot. Yeah, no, Cam had. That was the reason why I was preparing because Cam speaks too much in this one. I was messed up way before the thing I saw in my trailer, which might explain why I saw it. But it was me. It was me continuing to see it that traumatized me. I never knew when I was going home to an empty trailer or a trailer with a raincoat monster inside. Eventually, I was able to realize that it didn't really notice me, I guess. The first time, it definitely wanted to make its presence known to me. These days, it just kind of pops up every now and then. And it's really just a cardboard cutout of a spooky of a spooky character from a horror movie. Yeah, it's still startling when it's at the foot of your bed at 2 a.m., but you learn to live with it. Soon, the cardboard rain cut. God, I need to close that curtain because it's glaring on me.
Okay.
Sorry. Darkness!
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Darkness.
I have to move
No
my
parents.
Parents.
Really rich.
Kind of makes it better. I still haven't seen that movie.
What is that from?
That's from the Lego movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I mean, Darkness, my old friend, that's a old
That's-
song.
that's-
Well,
yeah.
that's
That's Simon
totally
Garfunkel.
That's Simon
different.
Garfunkel,
That's what I thought you were doing it for.
No, I was
Well,
doing
I-
you know
like,
Batman in the Lego movie?
Uh,
Darkness. Da, 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 da. No parents. Da, da, da.
It's music.
Really rich. Kind of makes it better.
okay, yeah, no glare for me anymore. That's good. Soon, the cardboard raincoat monster with claws became a man who could walk around our kitchen. He was angry, cursing, throwing stuff around, but I was okay with all of it because he never noticed me. I couldn't say the same about the next thing though, and that was another flat-faced creature, but this one moved around on all fours with its elbows and legs at an angle like a spider. He would crawl onto my bed, over my face, and whisper things at me. That's when it became really hard, and things finally broke down after the first time I tried ketamine. For most of my teenage years, I was a weed and opioid kind of guy. Not like heroin or anything, but a pill every now and then to go with the weed so I could really chill. My friend, well, he loved stuff that was a bit more intense. Stuff that really made you feel something. Nothing or nothing at all, which is what he promised me before I took it. You'll feel nothing but calm. And then, while I was sitting in my friend's living room, a bear broke through the window. He had on a ski mask, and he had a gun, and I screamed, and I ran, and I called 911. And of course it wasn't real. I was so out of it, actually, that I thought I was watching someone else do all of that. I'm not friends with that guy anymore, but it was a turning point for me. I knew drugs made these hallucinations worse. I knew that the longer I stayed in one place, the more they appeared. And I knew they weren't real. I knew because why was there a creature with foot-long claws in a raincoat that stood 10 feet tall? Well, I'm gonna bet that such a thing never existed in that trailer. I'm going to bet nothing like that ever existed at all. I created it, and it follows me, and I ignore it, even though it's starting to get weirdly insistent. So, I will also just flat out state, this is the closest to NSFW this game ever gets. At this point, for Build 5.
Okay.
This is the closest.
Devin with his dad bod over here.
You alright, babe?
This is definitely the narrator, I think.
Dev somehow already has his shirt off.
Little eager, huh?
Oh, no, it is Cameron. God, Cameron speaks a lot.
Yeah.
I'm so used to Arches having the third person narrator that I'm not used to the first person one anymore. I don't answer the question as I slide my shirt over my head, and immediately Dev's paws go to feeling out my sides. He's a little buzzed, so I don't think that it's really going anywhere. We just wanted to get away from the party. We wandered around the little forest next to the house. Dev was looking for orbs or something. It started raining, so we ran to the car and decided to wait for Jason to come out so we could leave. Hopefully soon, because this thing, it stands outside the window. It's aware of us. I don't like that, even to this day.
Is there something out there or something?
Dev looks behind us, right at the creature, and a chill runs down my back as he stares face to face with it. grinning at him with its sharp teeth and stooped over deeply because it's too tall. But as usual, Dev doesn't react. That's because he's normal.
Are you seeing things again, Cam? Just because you told me it stopped doesn't mean it might not come back.
You'd really like that, wouldn't you? Nope. Things are ghost-free.
Well, whatever you think they are you seeing things again?
I sigh deeply. I mean, it never goes away. It's just better sometimes compared to other times. Dev rubs his bare arm, his big chest heaving, then shuddering as I run my paws up his pecs, squeezing them.
I don't want to get you upset, but
I close my eyes, waiting to be upset. He already knows I don't like him treating me like I'm some sort of psychic. I'm just a stupid kid that sees horrible, useless things.
But would you at least tell me if you see something that might be important to me?
I blink, thinking, then realize what, or rather who, he's talking about. Oh, well, yeah, of course I would. It's just I don't really see people. Just things, and not good things. Dev has gone a bit quiet as I rub down his stomach, playing with the fur and the thick layers that come naturally to bears. Something I like. I feel weird doing this while waiting for our friend. I mean, it's our car, but we're both 25 and acting like it just can't wait. We gotta do this before we go home. Usually Dev just like to be intimate like this, where he can just feel me. But he only grunts as I tentatively open his fly. It doesn't get any further, I promise. He doesn't stop me, so I keep going.
Well, you know what? I was supposed to visit Echo today, but Larry had some problems or whatever, so now we're in this shitty party, and it's going to be months before I have a chance again.
Also, I do love that, like, Karen's, like, trying to go, like, no, sweetie, we're going to have sex. And Dev's like, no, I want to talk about the ghost murder town, babe.
It's like I want to talk about all the ghosts.
I shrug, wanting to keep the conversation light. I've seen worse. Parties, I mean.
Next time, I'm bringing Larry. It's just going to be...
Not bringing...
I'm not bringing Larry. Screw that guy. It's just going to be me and whoever else wants to go.
I nod for him to go on. Dev sighs in a frustrated way that has his chest expanding against me again. He pulls my arms from his... well, okay, Squeak. And holds me, just pressing our bodies together.
Obviously, I want you to go. But I want you to feel like some kind of tool or something I'm just using. I think it'd be a good experience for all of us.
I stare back at him. Didn't, like, 10 people die or something?
Well, not that, but like how things will change if we see something.
And what does that mean?
That there's something more. There's something to go after we die.
I think hard, trying to choose my words carefully. But how do we know that? Seeing something doesn't really mean anything. I've learned that over time.
Just...
Dev sighs, not really annoyed, just tired. Probably having had a hard time thinking straight on the alcohol.
I just need your help for a few days. I want to know. I need to know where she is.
Nowhere. She's dead, so she's nowhere. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this. It's such a bad idea, but this is important for Dev. It always has been. So now that he's finally asking me to go, I can only say, of course. He grins and lets out a breath, like he's relieved. I had no idea he was this tense about it, though I guess my reactions to previous comments about the town told him I wasn't exactly a fan of going. But I can stand a few days of discomfort if Dev finds his answer, which I really, really hope he does.
Thank you.
No problem, man. I try not to jump, Because just as I said that, for the first time in my life, I see cardboard creature move. There you go. And it was indeed a short story.
All right.
Very
And
cool.
it sets up their relationship where it's like they both have very sweet motives for each other, and yet I like how that's the dramatic tension of this, right? The dramatic tension of, you know, a lot of it is will they, won't they, or like, you know, this is the dramatic tension is, oh, they care about each other. They care about each other so much that they're hurting themselves.
That's actually the thing that I'm curious about, like, for when it comes to arches here, is with Echo, my personal theory about Echo after having played through all of it is that it's an anti-romance game, essentially, because, like I pointed out, each time Chase tries to pursue someone romantically throughout their route, it goes horribly, horribly wrong. Like, there's only 2 technical exceptions to that. One that I can't say because that's a spoiler, and one that's Kudzu. And even then, Kudzu shouldn't count because you weren't pursuing him.
No. No.
Hey, wait, I thought it worked really well with
With training
Leo.
and Chop Chop.
Oh my lord.
it ends with him hugging him lovingly.
Oh my god. No,
So, yeah.
Leo, no.
I'm curious when it comes to arches here if there will be like a happy ending, especially since there are no choices that we make.
Yeah.
It's just this one story, which I'm curious to see, and I really do hope that it works out for them because, like, for Cameron and Devin, each time they do get into a fight, I see them like come back together and talk it out and try and work things out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a sign of a healthy couple.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping it does work for them by the end.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, when you compare it to everything in Echo, I'm like, unhealthy,
Yep.
what the fuck, why are you together?
Yeah.
Yep.
This does not make
Well-
any sense.
And they both admit where they made the mistake.
Mhm.
So, for example, right when Cam gets super high, right? Dev is really concerned about this, and Dev goes, "You know what? I was being a dick," and Cam goes, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, though. You
do
know
love
my
that.
history. That was not good of me."
I do love that from Cam, though. He's just like, I thought it would help me see ghosts.
Yep, because he wants to do it for Dev.
Yeah.
Well, actually, so he initially starts the psychic stuff for Dev, but the thing that I thought was really interesting is both characters are going through their arcs. Dev's is a little harder to read, in my opinion, than Cam's, but Cam's is about self-identity, because throughout his entire life, and you see in that short story, he always just thought, I'm crazy. I suffer from hallucinations.
This
I
doesn't
am
mean
wrong.
anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about me. I'm useless. I have this disability, essentially, of hallucinating all the time.
Mhm.
And then, for the first time in his life, it's recontextualized and reframed as, no, sweetie, you're not crazy. You actually are psychic.
Yeah.
And he's just so happy and so elated to have that recontextualization that he like goes whole hog on it, which is also why he's like, I'm gonna take the drugs because I remember when I used to be on drugs it made the hallucinations worse, but maybe this time it'll help me see the ghosts better.
Yeah.
Just like, oh.
This town has ghosts. Wait, this town has ghosts. I can see you.
Yep. And then the flip is where Dev is like, I have always he's like, I have always loved my boyfriend, and I feel he is talented, not disabled. But then when there's this, you know, horror situation going on, he's like,
It's like,
Okay.
maybe
On the
this
other-
wasn't a good idea.
On the other hand, Dev's like, ghosts are real. Ghosts are real. They're bad. Don't. Stop.
The other thing, though, that I think is very interesting about Dev is I really want to know who the heck Lupita was to him.
Yeah.
Because she was somebody that was extremely important. And obviously it was before, like, they even got to Echo that they knew about her. So, and I will say there's a line that it might come up in this build. If it doesn't, then it was something that they re-added in an earlier point. I don't want to spoil it in case it does show up, but if it doesn't, I'll explain it afterward. But it recontextualizes a lot of what the heck Dev was feeling about Lupita when I saw that line. So I'll talk about that when we get through it, because there's not too much for this. However, I will say, before we start, Here in Build 5, there is a character that gets introduced, but there's also a story beat that happens that might make us change up who's voicing who.
Okay.
DJ and I will be fine, but it's more for you two that I might have to like re-swap people around for certain things, and we can work that out when we get to that, and it gets revealed why we have to swap things around.
Okay.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Oh, dude, does what's his name get possessed? That'd be really funny.
Artie?
Does Artie get possessed?
Maybe. We'll find
Oh,
out.
I kind of hope he does.
You know me, I don't tell you guys spoilers anymore, unless
Dang.
you actually ask for it.
Yep.
As can be attested by Deltarune Chapter 1's ending, and now TJ's ending.
Yep.
I don't reveal shit if you don't want me to.
Yeah. No, I
Dude,
remember whenever
Especially
we were
for
first.
things like that, it's a lot better.
Well, I remember. Yeah.
But one place where I think spoilers are okay is watching Rise of Skywalker. Because last night we rewatched. I rewatched and Levi watched Rise of Skywalker for the first time, and he was already spoiled for most of the major story beats. And he watched the movie as just kind of a movie instead of a continuation of Star Wars. And I'm like, yeah, this movie's a lot better on a rewatch because I don't have to be like, what the fuck? What do you mean?
That's probably true.
Honestly, had that trilogy been on its own and not trying to tie back into the first
Would've been so much better.
trilogy,
It would have been fine.
Yeah.
Or if
Well-
it was
Well, except for Last
one
Jedi.
director.
Last Jedi was still better.
Dude, I actually love Last Jedi. I'm not a fan of Return to Skywalker, so
Oh.
So which one was the last one?
I like of the new trilogy. I like 1 and 2. I don't like 3.